Congratulations on St. Patrick's Day. We have the Attorney General of Ireland here. So what brings you to Delhi?
Well, St. Patrick's Day is our global outreach week for diplomacy across the world. Today our Prime Minister, the Taoiseach Micheál Martin, meets President Trump in the White House. But in total there are 40 government representatives visiting 54 different countries around the world this week. And it's my privilege to be visiting India. We come to India because, of course, it's an enormously important country. It's a country that we have much shared heritage with. We're both former British colonies, we're English-speaking countries, we're common law jurisdictions, and the Irish Constitution, which dates back to 1937, was in fact influential in the drafting of the Indian text a decade later. Today, India and Ireland have important continuing ties. There are about 100,000 Irish citizens, Indian citizens in Ireland, about 15,000 of whom are in third level education. That's the highest level of Indian students in third level education in any EU jurisdiction apart from Germany. We also do 16 billion euro of economic trade with India each year in goods and services. And there is, I think, significant optimism on both sides of that this number will only increase in the years ahead, particularly in the context of the EU-India Free Trade Agreement.
And what sectors I do think are going to benefit from the India-EU FTA, and when do you think this will be ratified, and when is it likely to come into use?
Well, it'll be a little while before it's ratified. It's probably not for me to give a time period. There will be political ratification issues that will be outstanding on both sides. So it will take a period of time. In terms of the areas of trade that will benefit, I think services more than goods will continue to be the leader in the economic relationship. Obviously there is a physical barrier to the trade of goods, so it is more likely to be services in which there will be growth. And there will be, I think, greater movement between our people. We're already seeing that with so many Indians in Ireland. Whilst 100,000 Indians might seem a small number in a country that is the most populous on earth, in Ireland, a country of 5.7 million people, that's almost 2% of our entire population. And Indians are now to the fore in many sectors, including pharmaceuticals, including technology, and including the health system in Ireland.
2 or 3 instances of hate crimes against Indian students in Ireland last year. How are things right now?
Well, I think things now are much better and are settled. There are in Ireland, like in many jurisdictions, occasional instances of sporadic racially motivated hate crimes. They are condemned outright by all of Ireland's political leaders, and they are enforced with vigour by the police in Ireland. They are not tolerated, they are not accepted, and they are not representative of the views of the vast majority of Irish people, who are traditionally a very welcoming people to emigrants who come to Ireland.
All right, one last question. How do you see the ongoing conflict in West Asia impacting the economies of the world?
Well, it is too early to say. These are troubling times, and nobody wants to see the conflict become more entrenched or more prolonged than is necessary. And certainly our Prime Minister, when he speaks to President Trump, I'm sure will emphasise that point. We are not benefiting from the disruption in the Middle East, and most of the aviation routes between Ireland and India, to choose just the example of the relationship between Ireland and India, are being disrupted because many of those routes were through airlines like Etihad, Emirates and Qatar, and those flights have been disrupted heavily in the last few weeks. So all I can say at this stage is I hope the disruption is resolved as quickly as possible, but that relies on political solutions that are certainly above my pay grade.
All right, thank you so much.